Hey there guys, Skippy here from Skippy6 Gaming coming to you with a cool tutorial. This one's going to be for my 10k special. I got to 10k the other day. I'm already almost at 11, but here we are in my TU19 kind of world where I'm fiddling with something for you guys. I'm so thankful to get to 10k. That is a super huge amount of subscribers. I'm growing so fast. I'm in my nether here because a lot of people have asked me for a blaze farm. I kind of wanted TU19 to come out on my PS4 because I didn't want to make two farms. But that said, I kind of fiddled with this one here. So let's go ahead and show you guys exactly what I did. This one here is kind of, I'm going to call this one the Great Compromise, because a lot of the different blaze farms you're going to see, guys, have so many different kind of versions. You know, there's the ones with all the different pistons everywhere, you know, and those ones are so hard to make. You know, do you have 2 stacks of sticky pistons? Do you have like all these pressure, all this stuff? And this one here, guys, there's ones you see where just like the silos are kind of filtering them down, but as you can see, this one works just fine. And this one here, if you haven't noticed, only has 4 sticky pistons. That's it, 4 sticky pistons, and the rest is just pretty much cobble. You can make it all out of cobble. I have learned a few lessons along the way, so as I show you to build this, you're going to see a few differences that I make here, and I'm going to show you guys how to expand it if you have more sticky pistons and you want it to be more productive. So pretty much right here, guys, you're going to just see the 2 levers. This lever right here, they're glitching out. There's so many of them. This lever right here is going to stop them from coming down. That's what that is right there. There is no more going to come down. They're all in there. And then this is our kind of suffocator, our little softener. So for my purposes, I use a splash potion of harming. So for me, guys, what I do is I hold it down for 17. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So once you do that, they're all nice and softened, and then all you gotta do is line yourself up with a, what's this all about? There you go. So much XP. And there you go. So now the thing is there. That's a quick 14 levels, and if we want more, we just open up the gate, and there you go. For this one here, I've made it so this is like where you stand and collect. What I'm gonna do, guys, is right here I just made a simple I made a copy of this world. I'm gonna jump over in creative and tear this son of a bitch down and rebuild it, making a few kind of adjustments on things that I kind of did wrong, and show you guys how to make this Great Compromise blaze farm. So I'll catch you in 1 second. Okay guys, here we are. So I've brought it over into creative mode. I'm going to give you guys a few tips and tricks and hints on how to do this. The one thing I'm going to tell you guys ahead of time is I would have to say that creating a blaze farm on survival, on hard, is probably one of the most difficult tasks in this entire game. I would recommend at a minimum doing it on peaceful mode, but I'm going to tell you right now, even on creative mode on hard, it's really difficult to get by all the blazes because they track you, and it's not going to work too good for you. So basically what we have here, guys, is our blaze farm. So I've brought out a little bit of glowstone. Generally you'll see some that have this kind of blaze grinder feel. Basically, they're going to come down, they're going to fall down to there no matter what, eventually, without any pistons anywhere, no matter what you do. Assuming you meet these dimensions, they're going to fall down. So the reason people put pistons is they'll tend to linger around here and there, and if you were to put pistons here, then they're forced down to this little hole. So first things first, if you were doing this on survival, if you are crazy in the head, people that are crazy in the head and want to do this on survival on hard, what you would do to stop this blaze thing right here is I would use glowstone personally, but you could use any block. And what you would do is actually see these 3. You would actually go ahead and totally enclose this and put all of these 5 in each direction. Again, that's a little bit more than you need to, but in essence, you would have a 3-layer thick 11 wide and 11 long, total block off of this blaze spawner. That would be the only way that you get it done. And even then, you could do it with regular blocks. I would suggest using glowstone because it shows that they won't spawn there. Then again, be careful, but if you're not and you're using this method, I would recommend putting it on peaceful for sure. We are on creative right now, so basically what you're going to do to create this funnel, this is actually pretty easy. You're going to create a box around the spawner, and it's going to go 2 above, and then what you're going to do is actually go 4 in each direction. So 2 above, 4 in each direction. And then what you want to guys, is you're going to want to go 4 more down. I'm pretty sure it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to want to bring that box 2 above, 4 down. This is the main large collector box. Basically, once you make this box right here, again, you'll notice a few things I'm changing from my first setup. So the first setup I showed you at the beginning of this video, I'm going to do some improvements on. So the first thing that you notice I did is I took the glowstone out of here. It is not true. A lot of people, it's kind of fictional. They say that mobs don't, in the nether light doesn't matter. It does matter. Blazes can only spawn above 11. So that said, or below 11. That said, in the overworld, the other mobs can spawn in over 14. So that shows that they don't need it as much, but it does matter. So I took the glowstone out of it because I want to have a higher efficiency spawner. There you go. So 2 above, 4 to each side, and then 4 below as well. That's going to be your first box. Once that space is taken care of, you're going to want to make sure that you move in by 1 and drop down 2. This is the easy part. I guess I say it's easy, but it's never really easy. So once you have this first box here and you get down here, all you're going to want to do is basically drop down 2 levels and bring it down in 1 on each side. You want to bring it 1 in, 1 in, 1 in. It's like a big funnel, guys. 1 in. So notice how it's all 1 in, drop down 2. Once you're dropped down the 2, you want to go 1 in. So basically you got a 2, a 2, a 2. See how easy it is? That's pretty much the shape that you want to make. On this one here, I'm not going to give you total dimensions. Actually, I'll just give you that's a 6 right there on the top. And then 2, and then 2, and then this last one here, guys, is actually going to bust you a 3, just because you want to funnel it into 1 individual slot. So as you can see, this last 3 deep is actually 3 squared in every aspect. It's 3 high, 3 wide, 3 long. And then we funnel down to an individual 1. And that one here, this could go, again, I'm going to go into a few factors with you. Pretty much this shape here, guys, once you have this down, this is 99% of the work. Once you have this shape in, the rest of it kind of just comes naturally. And I'm going to go over a few things that you want to do. And a few placements if you want to kind of, the fact that this makes this the compromise is we still do use. So basically, on other builds, you're going to see people use pistons all the way around. So what happens here on this one here, guys, is they're gonna spawn and they're gonna drop down, and they'll eventually all get down to this thing right here. But it takes a while sometimes. But the one thing that I noticed when I was kind of playing around with their spawns is that they often culminate right about here. And then them getting down the individual slot is what turned into be a little bit of a pain in the butt. And so I thought, you know what, how about we just throw 2 pistons, 1 on each side of this hole. That'll kind of give us a little bit of a head start on getting them down the hole. So that said, let's take a look at some of the things we're going to do. So let's get rid of these lights. Actually, we'll leave them for now. So for my placement in this, guys, again, you know what? If you wanted to do, say, 5 sticky pistons, you would only be helping yourself. Let's make sure we got sticky pistons, pressure plates, and dust. So let's get out of here and let's just go. So if you want to add a piston somewhere, I'm going to just go ahead and add these ones down here right now. I really like having them. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this. And then let's make sure that we have a block right here, a block right here, and a block right here. And if we just do this for the whole entire thing, just make sure we have a block right there, block right there, block right there, block right here. See what we got going here. So let's go in. It's very straightforward. Just center it on the bottom 3 right here. Then go ahead and grab your dust, pressure plates right here and right here. And then go ahead and throw your sticky piston right there with your block of choice. Close up the shop, and we could do that right here as well. Sticky piston, block of choice. So as you can see, this is gonna do perfect. And there you go. So this method here that you're gonna only be using for sticky pistons. That said, if you say, because there's gonna be a piston to stop and a piston to squash. So if you wanted to say get a little crazy, you know what I would do? If you had, say, you want to throw 6 sticky pistons and you want to just give it a little bit of a beef up, what I would do in that situation is I would probably just do the same thing that we did right there in the center of up here, and then go ahead and not there, but do the same thing, put it up, and get back inside. And wow, this thing doesn't want to work with me today. There we go. So I would put one on this side, and then I would maybe throw here. Again, now we're only at 6 sticky pistons, which isn't too crazy, but it does help the production of it. Let's go in here. So again, easy to do. Again, this is totally optional. You could do this with 0 pistons and just wait for them to come. However, I find that it works good if you just throw a few of these on there. And at the end of this one, we're going to see the results anyway, because I'm going to go ahead and do another set when you're going to see the difference between the two. So let's cover up this hole, put this one right here, put some sticky pistons right here. And now you just got to kind of see these guys here, you know, if they fall here, it kind of goes. You don't really need to litter this whole thing with sticky pistons. But again, if you wanted to just do a little bit, say you want to spend 8 sticky pistons, that's why this is the compromise, guys. You know what you could do after you make this in your survival world, and then you find some more sticky pistons, you know, come back here, throw a few more in. Here, let's go ahead and let's do some of this here, right here as well. Right there, right there, right there. Throw a sticky piston, block of choice, and there you go. I think that's one of the best things about this blaze farm that I'm talking about here is it doesn't have to be the crazy. You know, whatever sticky pistons you got are going to be best in their best interest. They're not going to go in those 1x1s, and there you go. So this one here, guys, we're going to make this a 7 sticky piston blaze farm, just because to show my point that it all doesn't really matter too much. So the one thing that I've noticed that I'm going to improve on from the one that I showed you at the beginning is you have to keep in mind, guys, that you want to be within 16 blocks of this spawner. And actually, I was having a problem. You'll notice when I did it, we're pushing that number. By the time I get down here, we're getting pretty close to pushing that number. That's why I had those stairs there. So what I'm going to do is actually shorten this up, because this is going to be kind of important. Even the couple blocks here, you know, I don't know if it's 16. It's pretty close to 16 blocks away, right? So you're really going to want to move this up. So at the end of the day, all we really want to do is make sure that we can block them off with this one, and that we can crush them with this one, so we can actually move this whole thing up by 1. So let's just go ahead and do that right now. So how we're going to do some crushing? Well, that's pretty easy. Let's do this right here. Grab a sticky piston, put it right there. Grab a quick little lever. And then again, the first time I messed around with this, I definitely learned some lessons on not crossing paths with other things. You're going to see that there is let's throw this here. Perfect. So on this one here, guys, I also will recommend that we're going to go ahead and turn this into a glass block. That way we don't do any damage, because we like them all to have the same amount of damage at the same time. So that said, we're going to make our crusher right over here. 2 from the bottom. They are too high. And let's do this. Let's get rid of this, and let's throw a sticky piston here. And on this one here, guys, do not use a glass block. You want them to take damage. So this one here, crusher works perfect. Pretty simple, eh, guys? You can't really complain about any of this. So the one thing you got to keep an eye on, guys, is you can use glass here. However, you really do got to keep in mind that you do not want blazes to spot you. Once they spot you, they won't spot you through glass, but if they spot you, that's when they set on fire and start teleporting. In this system here, we don't want them to teleport at any time. So I'm just going to go up and break out the light that I set into shape. Again, here's a nice little quick overview. I give you measurements of everything you need in this one. We got everything built up. Again, don't forget this one's going to be as tall as it's 4 below, 2 above, and 1. So we're looking at 7 high wall. That's going to be 7 high, and then we got a drop a 2, drop a 2, drop a 3, all leading into one hole. So let's fill this up. And let's go down here. Again, something you guys going to keep in mind is we are in the nether, so when things spot you, it's very bad. So you're going to want to build a little bit of a room around you, at least a little bit of a room. And again, I'm going to throw this into survival when I come show you guys how to do it. So let's do ourselves a solid and make sure that we don't have any problems. So I'm just going to make a small room around it. The nether has a lot of creatures that will spot you, especially gas is another one. But let's just make a small room. But I'm so excited that I got to 10,000 subs. Everybody's been saying, oh, Skippy, where's the Blaze Farm? And honestly, I wanted to do a double, and I will do a double. I'm working on it. It's going to have a minecart system that works as well. So that's one of the things that I'm kind of excited about. And it actually works very, very good. I'm super stoked about it, but it's going to take a little bit more time before I perfect it. So, and the other thing is, guys, I don't want to really build I don't want to build it outside of my survival world. I'd rather build it on my cool survival world instead of building it twice or 3 times or however many times I end up building it. So once TU19 comes out in North America, I'm going to go ahead and we'll just leave that there for now. We'll just do this. We just got to close it in so no gas blows us up while we're waiting. And there you go. I'm going to finish off this little room, guys, and we're just going to go in there and give you a little example of how this is going to work. It's going to be pretty plain and simple. And I'm going to switch this zombie to survival and show you how it goes. Okay, so before I jump over to survival, I noticed I had one little problem over here, and you're going to see it in a sec here. You're going to notice that our stop the flow of blaze piston actually goes off whenever that piston up there pushes at the same time. So that's actually, I don't want to do that. This is by 10K special. I don't want to give a malarkey, even though it doesn't do anything, because in theory when you hold this, it stays open, right? And it doesn't actually do anything, but it looks stupid, and I'm trying to make a sick-ass tutorial here. So that said, we're going to just back up a notch. I know that that's the type of builder I am, is that I very clearly did it the way I did it the first time for a reason. So that said, what we're going to do is just go ahead and redo all this. The big step to this one is actually going to be lowering our floor by 1. That's going to be the way that we get around this, and not that I wanted to, we could just make the simple upgrade, but at the end of the day, guys, you don't want to make it look stupid, especially with the situation pistons are in. Let's just go ahead and make the floor and lower all the way down the line right here. And there we go. So what we're going to want to do is make sure that, let's make sure they're not going to spot us, and then let's go ahead and bust that out. No! I better get out of here and go fix that now before they all leave. Oh, that's okay. So, now we got them 1 lower, so let's go ahead and get rid of all this and start this whole plan over again. I'm just going to give you guys a from scratch point of view. Oh, here we go. Get out of my way. And let's do this, and we'll just rip this whole thing up. So here we are, back to the basics. Let's go ahead and fix this wall up. Okay, so basically we got our funnel right here. So let's just go ahead and lower this a notch. All these, look at that. Yeah, so basically we're going to want our crusher right here. So let's go ahead and put a piston right here with a lever. And that's going to be a crushing. So what we want to do is our blocking, and that's going to go up here. We're going to want to change this to glass. and this one here to a piston. Not like that, not like that, like that. And then let's just throw a lever right here. And that's the right way to do it right there. So we should be able to get everything we need done by simply lever right here is going to block. Easy. Lever right here is going to crush. And there you go, guys. Perfect. Perfect little blaze farm. So let's just bring this over. Sorry about that little thing there, but I don't want this to be stupid. This is a beautiful kind of area for your blaze farm. And you want to do it right if you're going to do it. So let me switch over to survival, show you how this thing pumps. Oh man, thanks again for 10K, but I'm going to say it some more. And here we are, guys. The final result of all that work. It's actually not too bad. We got them flowing, you know, there's not too many up there. They're kind of glitching out. We had to do a little last minute kind of fixer, but these pistons right here, again, take into mind, guys, unlike the blaze farms that you see, this does not take a stack of pistons. We used only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is like 7 pistons in this build, 8 pistons. Again, you can put as many pistons as you want. That's what the best thing about this farm is. And again, it's still going to give you lots of volume. It's easy to use. It's safe. So on that note, I want to just thank everybody again for 10K. I wanted to do something crazy epic, and then I was like, it came so fast, so I made sure that I put this blaze farm together to kind of help you guys out. Again, the things that are coming in the next little bit, honestly, once TU19 gets over to my PS4, these crazy farms are coming. I'm telling you right now, I have a gas farm coming on. Once it gets to PS4 TU19, in the next month, I'm going to have a gas farm, a wither farm. I'm going to have a nether gold farm, a little bit different than my overworld gold farm. All kinds of different crazy epic builds, witch farms once the bug fix gets fixed as well, and all kinds of full auto stuff. So I can't thank everybody enough for 10K. My channel is growing as fast as possible. I mean, I even look at, people are always like, oh, you deserve more subs, and man, I don't think it's possible to grow any faster than I'm growing. So I always appreciate those wicked comments. I have the best subscribers in the world, man. Always commenting, always leaving likes, always involved, always discussing. I mean, I do my best. I always answer comments. It's getting a little harder now. Before I used to just get up and answer the comments, but once I started getting up here now, it's like I have 3 pages of comments, but I'm still doing it. So thanks to everybody. Before we make this work, let's go and leave this one with a bang. I'm going to thank everybody. I think come up with something good for 15K, because that's not going to be too far away, I don't think. Tell me what you guys want, something huge and epic, something that is super long to build, but if you guys can come up with something awesome for 15K and put it in the comments below, I'll definitely make it. So I remember we got this to 18. I'm going to do 17 because I don't want to kill them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then potion it up. Wow, yeah, give me my XP. But I already had 14 levels if I remember correctly. So there you go, guys. It's a pretty straightforward kind of build. If you're not looking for the 100% best efficiency in the game, but it still works great, you got it right here. This is the Blaze Farm. Thanks, guys, from Skippy. Don't forget to subscribe. Smash that like. Smash that like if you like. Maybe I should kill myself to end this video. Smash the like. Subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 15K. And I'll catch you on the next one, guys. I'm out.